I was thinking about how our society has become just so soft, so anti maleness, if you will. I was thinking about my father, who was born in Louise, Mississippi, and eventually migrated up to East Chicago, Indiana, and worked in and out jobs throughout high school just to help out his family. And by the time he was 17, 18, graduated high school, he was working full time in the steel mills in East Chicago. And I remember how my dad would come home, after hard days work, sometimes working what they call double shifts, 16-hour days, whether it be midnights, days, what have you. And he would come home and, maybe eat something, but he would look forward to just having a beer. At that time, Stroh's was one of his favorite beers, and I think the other one was Miller Lite, Little Ponies. And some of the other guys in the neighborhood, all of them pretty much worked the same job in the steel mills, and whether it be in Gary or East Chicago, Indiana, they pretty much everyone's on the same socioeconomic status. But I just remember the guys would look forward to coming home and just having a nice cold one, and maybe sit in front of the TV and watch a basketball game. And I remember, even as a kid, my dad would, we'd watch basketball, the Bulls, or something of that nature on TV. And maybe I was about 9, 10, 11, my dad would pop open a beer and watch the game. He would give me a little sip of the beer. My dad was funny. He would put a little salt in the beer, give it that, let the malt sizzle up, and it would overflow, and you just kind of, drink the froth from it, and it was pretty cool. And so I was thinking about how we've gotten so far from those times, where things were clear cut. Certain things men did, and certain things women did. And now we're in such a different place where it's hard to tell who's what and what's really defined as far as roles. And but I clearly remember that, and watching the Last Dance, the Bulls team documentary, kind of remind me of those times. I remember my dad would, he and I would watch the basketball games, and we would get a kick so much out of Dennis Rodman because, as a steel mill worker, my dad worked really hard, and that work ethic, or what they call it, the Protestant work ethic, was really, really important back at that time. And, he enjoyed watching Rodman because he worked his ass off. And at the same time, he was entertaining. I hear my dad just really laugh because Rodman would always do something crazy on the court, even the way he got a rebound, or the way he made a pass, or diving for loose balls in the stands, or just doing all type of crazy things. But we respected that, being from that region, because we appreciated a hell of a work ethic, and we associated that with our culture of manhood. Most of these guys, blue-collar workers, so they could appreciate that type of effort. And, just really missing those times where men, were, for lack of a better word, just men. And we did small, simple things that made us happy. And we were content. And now it's a little bit different. Interesting, but definitely different. and just, wishing for those times to come back when we can, what I say, put the beer back on the table. That's my kind of campaign. Put the beer back on the table, and a place where men can again be men.